side still cold in bed. I kept the quiet company of words we never said. Your jacket by the doorway still carries your perfume, like every thread remembers you inside this lonely room. You said love just needed time, but time kept pulling you away. And somewhere in the silence I felt you slowly change. I stayed too long believing your heart would turn around, holding on to promises that never made a sound. I waited in your shadows while you were letting go. I stayed too long loving you, longer than you know. Watch the way you looked at me, like someone from before, like love was just a memory you didn't feel anymore. And every night beside you I felt the growing space, two strangers sharing, breathing, but not the same embrace. You touched my hand so gently, but it felt so far away, like love was just a moment you forgot to let me stay. I stayed too long believing your heart would turn around, holding on to whispers of love we almost found. I waited in your silence while you were letting go. I stayed too long loving you, longer than you know. Just one more night of truth. Maybe love is fragile, maybe hearts undo. Your name still lingers softly in every breath I take, even when the morning knows my heart will break. I stayed too long believing your love was still alive, fighting for a feeling that barely survived. I called your name through midnight, hoping you would hear, but I stayed too long loving you. When you disappeared, and my heart still breaks every time I remember I stayed too long here. The lamp is on like every night, your side still cold and still, and somewhere in the silence I love you even now. Your name still wakes the silence every night at 2. The room is full of echoes, but none of them were you. I left the lamp on by the window I'd still come home. Your sweater's on the chair you used to take when nights felt less alone. Your laugh is in the hallway, your shadow in the door. I swear I hear your footsteps even though you're not here anymore. You said forever softly, like something safe and true, but forever didn't mean the same to you. You were the last voice I loved, the last one in my head, the one I whispered goodnight to every night in bed. Now the silence says your name like a wound I can't move. You were the last voice I loved, and the first one that I lose. I saw your picture on her story. Your smile looked the same, like all the years I gave to you were just a passing friend. Does she know the way you hold hands when the night turns cold and blue? Does she know the girl before her still breathes inside of you? You said forever softly, like something meant to stay, but forever only lasted till you walked away. You were the last voice I loved, the last one in my head, the one I whispered goodnight to every night in bed. Now the silence says your name like a wound I can't remove. You were the last voice I loved, and the first one that I Stay, just stay in the echoes where I knew you. Fade, don't fade, like a dream I'm waking into. If love still lives in memory, then maybe you're not gone. You were the last voice I loved, the last light in my dark, the one that made a lonely girl believe in broken hearts. Now the silence screams your name, and the night feels twice as long. You were the last voice I loved. Why am I the one you're gone from? You were the last voice I loved, the last song in my chest, and I'm still singing to your ghost. Though you loved someone else, your name still wakes the silence every night at 2. The room is full of echoes, but none of them are you. The curtains barely move tonight. The air is heavy, dim and white. Your picture's turned against the wall, like even it can't watch me fall. I keep your sweater on my chair, still catching traces of your hair. I close my eyes and almost feel the way you used to make me real. You said we only needed time, the space would make us stronger. But silence grew where you once stood, and nights kept getting longer. Love didn't come back, no matter how I called. I whispered through the empty dark and waited in the hall. I held the door wide open for footsteps on the track, but love didn't come back. I folded hope into a drawer like letters I don't read anymore. Your promises in fragile ink fade faster than I think. I told myself you'd change your mind, that distance only blurred the line. But truth is sharper in the cold, and loneliness is loud and bold. I trace the echo of your voice through every quiet hour, but wishing doesn't bring a heart back to where it was ours. Love didn't come back, it slipped beyond my reach. I searched for you in every song, in every silent speech. I kept the light on in the dark, through every small attack, but love didn't come back. If I breathe your name, will it hurt less tomorrow? If I loosen my grip, will it soften the sorrow? I was ready to stay through the cracks in the cracks, but love didn't come back. Love didn't come back, though I gave it my soul. I stood in the wreckage, trying to make it whole. I would have fought every fear, every doubt we lacked, but some hearts don't return, and love didn't come back. Close the door gently, no looking back, because love didn't come back. still sits beside the bed like something more was left unsaid. I touch the space you used to fill, the air between us colder still. You said you needed time away, but time is where you chose to stay. I felt it fading in your hands, like sand slipping through my plans. I tried to hold what we became, but love was leaving all the same. Love didn't stay, it slipped away from me, soft as a whisper in the dark, breaking silently. I gave you all my open heart, every fragile piece of faith, but when I reached for you that night, love didn't stay. Your sweater folded on the chair, still holding traces of your hair. I wore your promises like gold, now they feel brittle, cracked and cold. I blame myself in quiet rooms, fill my doubts like heavy tombs. If I was softer, less afraid, would you have chosen me to stay? You kissed my forehead like goodbye, before I even thought to cry. I felt your distance in your touch, the subtle way you pulled too much. Love didn't stay, it slowly turned to gray. We tried to breathe inside a fire that only burned away. I gave you more than I could lose, more than I could explain, but when I held you one last time, love didn't stay. If I whisper your name, does it echo back the same? My harmony falls underneath like it's afraid to feel the pain. I would have carried every fear if you had asked me to, but love can't live on borrowed hope or survive a heart untrue. Love didn't stay, but I'm still here, and the flame crying out through every tear, calling your name. I gave you everything I was, every breath I made, and I won't let this silence be the only thing that remains. Love didn't stay, even when I begged you stay. The night grows soft around the ache, the harmony begins to break, and in the quiet where you lay, I finally let it fade. Love didn't stay. The room is barely breathing tonight, curtains moving in the half-lit light. Your shadow lingers on the wall, like you never left at all. I hear the echo of your keys, the way you turned away from me. Your silence louder than goodbye, your eyes already somewhere else. miles in time. I try to read the space between every word you didn't mean. I felt you slowly letting go before you let me know. Nothing held you back from leaving. No chain, no fear, no reason. I was standing there with my heart wide open while you were already gone. I gave you every fragile piece, every promise underneath, but love was only mine to keep. Nothing held you back from me. Into my chest, pretending we were just a test of how much pain a heart can take. Before it starts to break, I softened edges in my light, tried to make it feel more right. But love shouldn't have to shrink just to make someone stay and think. Your hands were warm but distant still, like staying was against your will. I felt it fading in your touch. You stopped needing me that much. Nothing held you back from leaving. No fight, no tears, no pleading. I was clinging to the memory of who we used to be. I sang in soft harmonies underneath your apathy. Nothing held you back from me. If I whisper your name, it trembles in the air. My harmony falls beneath, like I'm scared it's still there. I would have stayed through every storm, carried weight you never showed, but you were already walking down a different road. Nothing held you back from leaving, but everything is still bleeding. I loved you louder than my fear, even when you disappeared. I gave you truth without disguise, every tear behind my eyes. And I won't let this break define the strength I had inside. Standing here, the harmony softens in the dark, a fragile but mending heart. Nothing held you back from me, but I'm learning to be free.
The light from the street cuts my room in two. Your side's still empty, like it always knew. I reach for my phone, like it might be you, but it's just the echo of something we used to do. I left your jacket on the back of the chair, like maybe your sin would keep you here. Every clock sounds like a warning sign, another night where you're not mine. I told myself alone. Your laugh lives rent free in my head, in the songs we loved, in the words you said. I replay the night you slipped away, like if I watch it enough you'll stay. Friends say time will fix the pain, but time just told me your name. Every dream ends the same way, with me reaching out and you fading gray. I smile in public, I break when I'm home. Loving you hurts more than being alone. I'm still sleeping alone in a bed for two, holding on to memories I can't undo. I lie to myself, say I'm over you, but my heart never learned how to move. Your silence hits harder than any phone. I'm not lonely, I'm just still sleeping alone. If you ever miss me at 2 a.m., if your heart still asks where I've been, just know I never learned how to let go. I just learned how to cry real slow.
I'm still sleeping alone, still loving you, still breaking in ways you'll never view.
I'd give every tear just to feel your truth. One more night like we used to. You found a life where I don't belong. I'm not lonely, I'm just still sleeping alone. The bed is cold, but I stay right here, because loving you is the only thing I fear. Losing forever, letting you go. So I close my eyes and sleep alone.
The curtains move, but the air stands still. Your photograph is on the windowsill. I trace the frame like it might respawn, like somehow you were never gone. Your jacket's hanging by the door. I haven't moved it like before, as if the fabric holds a trace of the warmth I can't replace. I kept believing love would bend, that broken things could still pretend. If I just held you close enough, we wouldn't fall apart. But it's too late for us. The silence said enough. We tried to hold the fading light, but night was always rushing. I gave you every fragile part, every unguarded trust. Now all that's left between our hands is too late for us. I hear your voice inside my head, and every word we never said. The way you looked away that night, like loving me felt like a fight. I blame myself in quiet rooms, built my guilt like fragile tombs. If I was softer, less afraid, would you have chosen to stay? I felt the distance in your touch, every dream that breaks at dawn, and every tear I'm hiding. I gave you all I was, every fear, every rush, and I won't let this be the end of what we almost were. It's too late for even if you're not the one who stays up. The room grows quiet once again. My harmony fades into the wind, and I finally learned to let it be. Too late for us. We used to fit like breathing, like I knew where you'd be. Your keys on the table, your laugh chasing me. Now the house feels wider, every wall knows your name. I talk to the silence, it never answers the same. I trace the cracks in the floor, like they'll tell me the truth. Every line leads me back to the night I lost you. This is where we broke, between sorry and goodbye, in the space where love still lived. But we were too tired to try, to stand in the smoke of the words we couldn't save. This is where we broke, and I'm still here today. Your shirt's in your closet, still smells like your skin. I swear it's unfair how I let you stay when you're gone again. They say time is healing, but it cuts when it moves. Every step forward is another step from you. I replay it too much, every look, every tone. If I change just one moment, would I still be alone? This is where we broke, between truth and the lie. When I asked you to stay, and you chose to deny, I still choke on the hope that you'll knock on my door. This is where we broke, and I can't love like If I whispered your name, would you feel it somehow? Do you remember the girl who believed you back then? I'd forgive you in seconds if you said you were wrong, but I'm learning to slow how to be strong. This is where we belong, and it shattered my view of the future I planned. Every piece I still love you in the end. I saw your name light up my phone, but it was just my mind again. I still wear your old t-shirt, like it knows where you've been. You said we needed distance, but you moved on so fast. I'm stuck replaying moments you already put in the past. I count the cracks on the ceiling at 3 a.m. alone. You're sleeping next to someone while I'm holding on to ghosts. You don't miss me like I miss you. You don't break the way I do. I'm drowning in what we were. You're ready, something new. I still hear your voice in silence, still feel your hands on me. I lose you every morning, but you don't miss me. Your photos look so effortless, like loving me was easy to erase. You said I was your always, now I'm just a faded face. I memorized your heartbeat like it was part of mine, but you unplugged the feeling, left me frozen in time. I still flinch when my phone rings, hoping it's your name, but hope is just another word for slowly breaking again. You don't miss me like I miss you. You don't ache when nights fall through. I'm bleeding from the end and you don't feel the wound. I still save you in my contacts like you'll come back someday. I'm stuck loving yesterday, but you don't miss me. If I disappear tonight, would it even cross your mind? Do you ever stop and wonder what you left behind? I trade all this pain just to know you care, but love shouldn't feel like I'm screaming into You don't miss me, I can feel it. Every silence says it's true. I'm still breaking, still believing in a love you already outgrew. I gave you every part of me. You walked away set free. I lost everything in loving you, but you don't miss me. So I'll learn to breathe without you. Let the memory fade slowly. I'll survive this kind of lonely, even if you don't miss me. Your key still rests beside the door where you used to call my name. The hallway keeps it quiet now, but nothing feels the same. I learned the sound of distance in the way you said goodnight, like love was slowly fading in the softest kind of light. You held my hand like habit, not like something you believed. And somewhere in the silence you stopped choosing me. You stopped choosing me. Somewhere between the nights, between the quiet breathing and the dim apartment lights, you stopped choosing me before I could see it through. I was still holding on while you were leaving me for you. And every word you whispered still echoes in my sleep. You stopped choosing me while I chose you endlessly. I replay all the small things, the pauses in your voice, the way your eyes look past me, like loving was a choice. And maybe I was foolish to believe what used to be, because love doesn't slowly vanish unless someone sets it free. You kiss me like a memory, like someone you once knew. And in that fragile moment, I lost all of you. You stopped choosing me somewhere along the way, between the fading laughter and the things you couldn't say. You stopped choosing me before the final goodbye. I was still building forever while you were learning how to lie. And every quiet morning reminds me what used to be. You stopped choosing me while I chose you endlessly. In the space we made, stay before love fades. But the silence answered softly what my heart already knew. Some loves keep on fighting, even when heart is through. Your key still rests beside the door where you used to call my name. The hallway keeps it quiet now, but nothing feels the same. I learned the sound of distance in the way you said goodnight, like love was slowly fading in the softest kind of light. You held my hand like habit, not like something you believed. And somewhere in the silence you stopped choosing between the nights, between the quiet breathing and the dim apartment lights. You stopped choosing me before I could see it through. I was still holding on while you were leaving me for you, and every word you whispered still echoes in my sleep. You stopped choosing me while I chose you endlessly. I replay all the small things, the pauses in your voice, the way your eyes look past me like loving was a choice. And maybe I was foolish to believe what used to be, because love doesn't slowly vanish unless someone sets it free. You kiss me like a memory, like someone you once knew, and in that fragile moment I lost all of you. You stopped choosing me somewhere along the way, between the fading laughter and the things you couldn't say. You stopped choosing me before the final goodbye. I was still building forever while you were learning how to lie. And every quiet morning reminds me what used to be. You stopped choosing me while I chose you endlessly. Stay in the space we made. Stay before love fades. But the silence answered softly where my heart already knew. Some loves keep on fighting even when one heart is through. Folded up your sweater, but the scent won't fade away. Your holy light still flickers like it's waiting for your face. Your picture-only dresser leans a little to the side, and every quiet corner still remembers where you'd lie. You walked out with your suitcase like the story reached its end, but something in this silence still feels like you again. You left the room, you left my arms, you left the words we said, but somehow in the empty space your shadow stayed instead. I tried to close the door on us, but love won't fade away. Took your heart and walked away, but your shadow stayed. I passed the cafe table where you used to hold my hand. Now strangers sit between us where forever used to stand. Do you laugh the same with her, the way you laughed with me? Or did the girl I used to be just fade into a memory? Sad love changes slowly, like the tide against the shore, but I felt it disappear the moment you closed the door. You left the room, you left my arms, you left the words we said, but somehow in the empty space your shadow stayed instead. I tried to close the door on us, but love won't fade away. You took your heart and walked away, but your shadow stayed. Doesn't leave when the person goes away. Maybe hearts keep the echo of the words we couldn't say. The window breathes the midnight air, curtains moving slow. Your coffee cup still waits for you, like it doesn't know. The quiet fills the hallway now, where laughter used to live, and every little memory feels heavier to give. I whisper to the empty room, like maybe you'll appear, but silence answers softly and reminds me you're not here. Your voice is missing from the night, from every dream I keep. The words you used to say to me still echo when I sleep. I try to breathe without you, but every breath feels wrong. Your voice is missing from my world, like music from a song. I pass the street where we first kissed. The lights are dim and blue, and every shadow on the wall still looks a bit like you. I wonder if the girl you hold knows all the things I knew, or if the love you promised me was something passing through. You said my name like it was home, like I was where you'd stay. But somewhere in the quiet, your heart drifted away. Your voice is missing from the night, from every dream I keep. The words you used to say to me still echo when I sleep. I try to breathe without you, but every breath feels wrong. Your voice is missing from my world, like music from a song. just a ghost that lingers through the years. And even when the night is still and every light is dim, I swear I hear your memory singing back to me again. Your voice is missing from the night, but I still call your name. The silence answers slowly, and nothing feels the same. I'm reaching through the darkness for love that isn't there. Your voice is missing from my life, but still it's everywhere. And in the quiet after tears, one truth I can't dismiss: the hardest thing about goodbye is when your voice is missing.